What's up, Trekkies? Hi, so we've got a strange setup I'm doing here today. I don't have a tripod anymore, so I can't screen record while I'm playing, because I have to use both hands. Yeah. Awkward, I know. So, I have played the new ship, I brought the new ship, statted the new ship, or equipped it out, and because it's Windows Xbox Live screen recording thing, I didn't know how to set it up the first time, so I've already went through the counterpoint queue to get my Endeavor. So now I'm running through the Romulan, to me it's Gorn Minefield, now it's Romulan Imperial Minefield or whatever it is. So that's that. I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna tell you about what I think about this ship. And I'm gonna put my face down here in the corner and hopefully you guys can see my abilities. I put the Mako set on it, so I have the heavy graviton beam and I use that a couple times. I missed that thing all of a sudden, but I don't really want to use it on my Vesta. I've got enough belly beams to begin with. I don't need one that shoves things halfway across the map. Anyways, sorry about the hair. Try not to put gel in it because we're having a heat wave, and gel can stick and fry and flake all over the place, so my hair is long and just falling down. But that's stylistic. As you guys can see, it's here in my video editor, and I'm just gonna watch it. I'm gonna put it on mute so that I don't have competing sounds. Counterpoints and cooldown. Gateway to Grethor, maybe. Romulan Minefield. I decided not maybe do that one. There's nothing else that looks ready to queue. So, immediately into Romulan Minefield. So yeah, this is the new Vorgon Dreadnought Cruiser. I called it the White Star. That's just what it is. I'm a science officer. So, I guess the stats were right. This thing does have 5 weapons in the back. I didn't buy the super awesome frigates from the fleet store, so I have just the basic ones that came with the ship. Like I said, I put the Mako set on it, and kind of makes it look a little cool. I've got the other 3 Vogon ship consoles on here. It's down there on number 2 and C7. They're just in that order because I kind of threw stuff onto my bar. This is not a very optimal setup. I still have attract fire on my bar, and I never put the auras on my bar. But what sucks is I realized that tractor beams suck. I don't have to deal with tractor beams necessarily on my Vesta. But I have some cannons on this thing. I'm using the quantum phase set for mainly draining, because that's what I actually have a lot of skills in. I mainly picked up, I just threw bridge officers at this. I didn't try to make this a good ship. I wasn't going to try to go for advanced or elite queues. But the ship turns pretty well. I don't have, I think the enhanced Mannheim device has a turn rate increaser on it. But this thing actually turns pretty well. Still, I'm blown away by 5 weapons in the back. I tried to put as many Omni beams back there as I could, but yeah. I also had a prolonged engagement phaser back there, just so that when I get to broadsiding things, I can broadside pretty good with 4 or 5 weapons. I've got quantum dual heavy cannons and quantum phase torpedo up front, and then some torpedo in the back. I already forgot. I'm pretty smooth flying. Oh yeah, I got that trajector jump. Whipping out the Tychon's Rift right on the mines. That takes care of most of them. Ish. But if you aren't plowing through mines like that, what's the point? Right? Just sciencing the heck out of this cruiser dreadnought, this dreadnought cruiser. Because I'm good at doing that. I also put on the Lucari healing console, which I found out is actually sickeningly disgusting if you use in combination with this thing's console, which drains 50% of your hull and then does that amount of damage. I think it's a SIF inverter, structural integrity field inverter. But if you don't want to deal with that loss, use a healing aura or something that like is a hot over time, like even hazard emitters work. But I use the protomatter field and then I use it maybe in this one, and it basically is healing me up while this thing's draining my hull. It's so that I still have defense, a pretty decent defense, and like resistance, so I'm not like down at 50% hull and then like one errant torpedo takes me out. You could probably do the same thing with, again, with this at hazard emitters. Flying around and trying to cheat the thing, but too many people try to cheat the thing and move ahead to the next area before they finish the first one. And I remember that on Gorn Minefield a lot. The one thing I like is that this thing has part of its turret mounts in its wings. It makes it look more this rather than the Vesta. And I know other ships have them out at the wings too, but my Vesta has them right up in the front. So I have like two dotted lines. That's where the dual beams come from. Also, my dual beams don't look like dual beams. They look like double beams, if that makes any sense, because they're right next to each other. So this is beneficial that, you know, you've got stuff on the other side. It's got the cannons on the outside, and thus if you put dual beams on this one, you'll fire from the outside also. Wrecking this. If you guys see that little green thing that was popping up right there, if you guys want to backtrack, that was the console for this ship. Taking everything out, just sciencing the crap out of everything. Boom! I don't know what my back torpedo was. It looked cool. I have all my temporal consoles on here, so I have temporal backstep and Mannheim device and temporal distortions. And I use temporal distortions on that big pack of mobs. I rarely use temporal backstep. I either use it thematically or I use it because I know something's going to blow up and I need to get the heck out of there. Like if I'm next to a Borg cube and it's super close, like they've tractor beamed me and they're like at 10%, I will hit my temporal backstep and I will back up out of them. I have no care about my DPS. I just don't want to die. Because usually I'm playing on advanced or elite, where I can take ship damage.
Is up and running.
Plus I just don't want to have to wait to respawn. Who does? Like I said, this thing turns pretty well for only having, you know, I think I only have one turn rate console, so you don't need to feel like, oh my god, it's a cruiser, I gotta put 9 billion turn rate consoles on it so I can spin like a top. It's a cruiser, y'all don't need to turn like a top. You know, maybe this is a little slower than my Vesta, but certainly just about as fast as my Anorax. That thing's a boat. Oh, geez. Now that I have the Mannheim device, I should really test that out now that I have the enhanced Mannheim device. Yes, Nog, we get it. Watch me unload on this thing. As I pull it in with my tractor, with my tachyon beam, and then heavy graviton beam, boom! Yeah, it hits it pretty far. Ships with more inertia don't move nearly as far. I've watched like frigates fly 12 kilometers away from that thing. Plus back then, graviton generators was a lot more beneficial to it. Now we have control expertise, and it may not affect it nearly as much. It's still pretty powerful for moving things. But put up the particle. I'm just popping all my consoles because why not? First place! Give me some fleet marks. That's that. So, like I said, I like the ship. It moves really well. It turns well. The stopping and the starting from a full impulse is not like, you don't coast too terribly long and doesn't take a long time to start up. So it's got a pretty high inertia, but not like super high like an escort. So it's a little, like everything's a little bit slower than a science vessel. But that's that. I'm probably not going to continue leveling this ship because I don't really care about its mastery. I might. It's a fun ship to fly, but I'm certainly not going to figure out how to primary stat this thing and figure out what to do so I can go take it in advanced queues. I'm probably just going to go through like the battle zones and level with this thing. Grab marks to turn in for dilithium. This thing would actually be really cool in the Dyson zone, the middle area, because there's so many things out there, and it doesn't. And you have frigates, which are always useful. If you get the super duper frigates, they're just going to be beastly. The Terran battle zone might actually work pretty well, although nebulas, those nebula classes are going to wreck me all over the place because I don't have any way to kill them with kinetic energy like I do with my Vesta. Man, that multi-spectral graviton wave generator, whatever it is. This thing is so disgusting. But anyways, I will chat with you guys sometime soon. Oh, welcome console. You've now hit Victory is Life, right? I did see that announcement. Yeah. Sorry I haven't been giving news. Everything will be explained next Friday-ish. Shortly after that. It's the 3rd. Yep. All right. I will chat with you guys whenever. See you next.